Hi folks, sometimes when you're working with BVC you're going to want to be able to do some packet level debugging of the packets going into and out of the BVC. The problem there is that the Ubuntu version that comes with BVC, Ubuntu 14.04, has a Wireshark that does not have an OpenFlow dissector. So we're going to teach you how to actually upgrade that so you have an OpenFlow dissector in your Wireshark. So there's many ways to update your Wireshark on Ubuntu 14.04. You can Google that. We're going to show you the easiest pathway, and that involves putting a personal repository into apt-get. If you're uncomfortable with that, you'll have to choose one of the other mechanisms. Okay folks, so let's go ahead and add that personal repository to our apt-get. We'll log into our BVC, then we'll do a sudo apt add repository, and then the name of the personal repository. We'll have to enter our password for sudo. It will explain what it does. We'll have to hit enter. And after we do that, it will go ahead and add that repository. The next thing we need to do is sudo apt-get update, which will update apt-get with that repository's information. Okay, so the next step is to simply do a sudo apt-get install of Wireshark. So we'll go ahead and do that, and then we'll have to say yes to it having to install. During the install, you're going to be asked a particular question. It's about dumpy cap. It can allow you to run Wireshark without doing super user, but in our test that didn't work for us. So we select no here, and we suggest you select no here as well. After you select no, it finishes up the install, and then we'll do just a which Wireshark to make sure it got installed and we're using the one we expect. Okay, so let's run Wireshark and see if we've got OpenFlow Dissector. So we go ahead and we're going to do sudo Wireshark. It's going to give us some warnings. We're going to say, okay, that's about running it as sudo. Then we're going to pick the interface and start capturing packets on that interface. We do not have anything going on because we haven't run a mininet here. We're going to go ahead and do that here in a second. So we'll go to our mininet screen in the lower right. We'll start a mininet session. And suddenly we're capturing packets on that interface, and you can see that some of them are labeled OpenFlow. That means we do have an OpenFlow dissector. And in fact, if we look at those OpenFlow packets, they do give us quite a bit of information about that OpenFlow packet.